precursor to wonderful change. A business associate told me he has just learned to cooperate with the inevitable. More often than not, he has conquered the inevitable with that attitude. Retailing giant J.C. Penney was asked the secret of his success. He replied, "Adversity. I would never have amounted to anything had I not been forced to come up the hard way." I've dealt with my own share of ups and downs. I'd have to agree with Mr. Penney. The tough times haven't only made me smarter, they've made me stronger. I'm not very adept in the kitchen, so I was curious when a friend sent me a cooking story. She heard it in a sermon at church and thought I'd get some inspiration from it. It inspired me, to be sure, but more than that, it reminded me that no matter what adversity comes my way, the way I respond will mean the difference between defeat and triumph. A young woman went to her mother and told her about her life and how things were so hard for her. She was tired of fighting and struggling. It seemed as soon as one problem was solved, a new one arose. Her mother took her to the kitchen. She filled 3 pots with water and placed each one on a high fire. Soon the pots came to a boil. In the first, she put some carrots, in the second she placed some eggs, and in the last she added ground coffee beans. She let them sit and boil without saying a word. In about 20 minutes, she turned off the burners. She took out the carrots and placed them in a bowl. She removed the eggs and put them in a bowl. Then she poured the coffee into a bowl. She asked her daughter, "What do you see?" "Carrots, eggs, and coffee," she replied. Her mother brought her closer and asked her to feel the carrots. She did, and noted that they were soft. The mother then asked the daughter to take an egg and break it. After pulling off the shell, she found the hard-boiled egg. Finally, the mother asked the daughter to sip the coffee. The daughter smiled as she tasted its rich aroma. The daughter then asked, "So, what does it mean, Mother?" Her mother explained that each of these objects had faced the same challenge, boiling water. Each reacted differently. The carrot went in strong, hard, and unrelenting. However, after being subjected to the boiling water, it softened and became weak. The egg had been fragile. Its thin outer shell had protected its liquid interior, but after sitting through the boiling water, its inside became hardened. The ground coffee beans were unique, however. After they were in the boiling water, they had changed the water. "Which are you?" she asked her daughter. "When adversity knocks on your door, how do you respond? Are you a carrot, an egg, or a coffee bean?" I'll still let others take care of the cooking, but I will never look at a cup of coffee the same way again. Mackay's moral: when adversity is on the menu, make sure you order it well done. Bouncing back from deflating times. Failure is all too common in business. Anyone who has ever run a business wakes up regularly with nightmares about the what-ifs. Successful business people, however, know that even if adversity strikes, they can work around it. They are resilient. In the mid-1990s, Microsoft was dominating its market, and Apple computer sales were sagging. Steve Jobs, who had co-founded Apple in 1976, left in 1985 after a power struggle with the board of directors. Apple struggled too, until Jobs returned as CEO in 1997. He recognized the big problem and fixed it by establishing a spirit of innovation at the company. If brands like iMac, iPod, iTunes, and iPhone ring a bell, you'll know what Jobs had been up to at Apple. And you will see one of the best examples of resiliency in an ever-changing industry. Tylenol currently controls about 35% of the North American pain reliever market. But in 1982, you couldn't give Tylenol away. A psychopath put cyanide into some Tylenol capsules, causing 8 deaths. Although it was clear that Johnson & Johnson had done nothing wrong in the manufacturing of the pills, the company accepted responsibility and pulled more than 31 million bottles from the shelves at a cost of $100 million. The company also offered to exchange the capsules for tablets, taking another financial hit. But their response, putting customer safety before